Snacks Meals in the building.
I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Cool celebrity. Like if I went to the mall and stuff, people were like, oh,
The thing was, I didn't even know that anybody ever thought I was ugly.
We look like twins almost.
Okay.
She really wouldn't be
Covering any more subjects related. So that's why you got the raw reaction. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. Welcome to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and we are back with another interview from the Chasing Reality brand, Chasing LA. We have Jaila Jalone and Alicia Love in the building. Hi, ladies.
Hey,
Hi.
baby.
I told you I was going to get them, y'all. They promised to come and they promised to give us the exclusive. So what's up, ladies? How's everybody?
How are you?
I'm good, sweetheart. How are you?
I'm blessed.
You're blessed.
How are you,
looking
Alicia?
blessed. You
Hey,
looking blessed.
blessed and highly favored.
I feel
Same.
over there. You looking blessed. You look lovely. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alicia, you're looking blessed as well. Well
Thank you.
endowed.
Blessed and highly favored.
Yes.
Thank you.
Always,
Thank you,
always.
Jesus.
Okay. So, ladies, tell the audience, we're going to start with Jaila. We'll start with you. How did you get casted on Chasing LA? How did that experience go? Take us from the beginning.
Well, I actually followed Q because we actually met at a venue. I was already watching Chasing Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta. And I ended up bumping into him at a major screening for Pose in Beverly Hills. So I ended up telling him, like, oh my gosh, you should move out here and start Chasing LA, which is on the first episode of Chasing LA, where we made a little video. And, from there, I started following him. I seen that he was bringing Chasing LA, and I seen how I could audition. I made a video, I sung a song, and the rest was history. It was pretty easy. Like, it felt honestly like a blessing, like it was meant to happen. I honestly feel like I manifest that in my life.
Awesome. So, Alicia, how did you get casted on Chasing LA?
So actually, I've been watching Chasing, the Chasing brand since Chasing Atlanta from the very beginning. And I was watching it one day and I was like, it would be so cool if I could get on Chasing Reality. But at the time I was living in DC, so I was like, that's probably not gonna happen. But if it did, that would be so cool. I will audition. So I saw Shauna Brooks, I was following her, and she had posted a flyer. And I was like, oh, this is my chance. So I auditioned, did the requirements that you have to do for the process. And here I am. Look at me now.
Wow. Well, now, there has been a lot of controversy about Chasing LA and that people don't live in LA. Q didn't live in LA. We all know, as far as branding, it was in California. So of course, it would be called Chasing LA. But when you guys filmed, was it actually in LA?
Yes, it was actually in LA, in the areas around LA. But as far as people not living in LA, I can't speak for other people. I can only speak for myself. I've been living in LA since I was 19, turning 20. I'm now 24. I've worked my ass off to get where I am right now. I just moved to Vegas February 28th. So literally in the process of me filming, living in Hollywood, I ended up moving from Hollywood, from one place to another place here in Vegas. And I felt like it was a 40-minute flight. It's a 3-hour drive down the street. I have a German engine, a Benz, you know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. And, I'm pretty blessed, So at the end of the day, those who hate and say why are you casted for Chasing LA, is because in actuality, I've been chasing LA for about 5 years now, from the Bay Area. I'm Stockton, California, and San Jose 408. And I moved down here when I was 19 to make shit happen. And I'm here, I'm on the show, and people are watching, and it's a blessing.
And what is it that you do? Tell the audience, what is it that Jaila does? How does
well,
make her
first and foremost, Well, first and foremost, I work for the Most High. That's one.
Okay.
And second, I am a singer, songwriter, producer. I've been writing since I was 13 years old, been doing music since I was 7 years old, but was signed at an early age of 14 years old. And I got a music video, very professional, up when I was 15 years old. And so I've been working, you know, in California when it comes down to my music. And for my, you know, for my second career, I would say I'm a paid actress, and I'm a blessed actress. I'm pretty good. I have 2 films on Amazon Prime, and they're both produced by Louis Dion Jones, and they're beautiful films, and you guys should go check that out. One's called The Good Teacher, and the other one is called Can I Be Me? And Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. So altogether, I have 3 movies. And, you know, like I said, I feel amazing and I feel blessed about all that. Like, I'm out here chasing, and I did those in LA.
Did you say that you were an Aries? I am your fellow Aries sister because I'm an Aries as well.
Hold on, I'm psychic. You were born on the 12th.
Yes, April 12th. Are you an April Aries?
I am an April Aries. My mother is as well. Mine is the 4th and hers is the 7th. So, you know, we
don't play no games. So when
period.
she was an Aries, I already knew. So
Right.
as a trans woman, though, as a young lady, I mean, in LA, LA is expensive. So the
LA
fact
is very expensive.
I mean, yeah, the fact that you made it for 5 years, you know how many people are homeless in LA?
Trust me, I said every day I would never live in a tent, because that's what it comes to for 24-year-olds, 23-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 22. That's what it happens to the teenagers. They're out there on Hollywood Boulevard becoming homeless, running the streets, breaking into your car and doing things that they should not be doing because they don't have a home. But instead, I worked my ass off with a 9 to 5, and I got my shit together. I built my credit, and I got my own place. I said, every day I looked in the mirror and said, you gonna do this, you gonna knock this out, and you gonna make it happen. And I did that because at the end of the day, I was, you know, unfortunately kicked out at 14 years old. And I made shit happen for myself since I was 14. You know, I'm still here, and I'm blessed about being here, you know. Yeah. It's all a gift, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I just feel anointed and appointed, and I have a place, a journey, and I know where I'm going with life, and it's nowhere but up.
Alicia, tell us about your story. So you said you're from LA, DC. How did you get to LA?
So I moved to LA probably like a year before the show had even put anything out. I actually moved because I moved for a job basically, but I had to audition for the job like 4 times. I work at a trans cabaret club in Palm Springs, the only one in California. It's called Asia SF Palm Springs, and that is why I moved to California, because of that job. It's not drag. It's very much like, have you seen the movie Burlesque?
Yes.
It's very much like that, Burlesque, but everyone that performs is a trans woman. So it's very high class. We have routines. We have opening and closing numbers. We have a huge stage that lights up. Wow. We have like 2 stages that light up, and it's just an amazing experience. So that's why I moved to California. I'm not there right now because of COVID, but they're opening it back up in the fall. That's why I said that I don't know if I'm going to be on the show or not, because if I go back working at the club, it may be an option. Because that job, I made money. Like when I tell you, because we get paid off for the drinks, the food, and everything. And when I tell you, the people drink, but we had.
I'm gonna go work with you, sis.
We had. We're talk. But yeah, so that's why I moved to California, because of the job. And then when I saw the audition, I was like, why not? Like, I'm amazing this. Like, why not? So I'm a model. I'm an advocate. I'm a writer, and I'm a performer. According to Jaila, a couple episodes in the beginning, you know, I'm an old girl.
Well,
I just play it, bitch. I just play it.
Now, okay, so
I'm just saying.
How did you and Jayla mend you guys' relationship? Because we do see that it did start off kind of shaky.
Yeah,
How
really wacky.
how did that, like, what was it giving? Why was it giving that in the, at in the
I mean, well, for me, I was very guarded, and I guess you can say I was observing people, like overly observing people, and I mean, I just didn't. I'm just very to myself. So when I meet new people, I'm not really good at like meeting new people. I'm very like closed off. So I mean, I don't know. Our situation started. I mean, to be honest, I feel like some of the guys were instigating a little bit because I never disliked Jayla. Like, I never disliked her. I think in that like first day of meeting everybody, it was so overwhelming, and I didn't know who to put in what category, like good, bad. So I just like grouped everybody together so that I wouldn't have to deal with everybody in a sense. But yeah, it started off rocky. I mean, Jayla.
So when they put you guys together, when everybody came and you guys met at this, what was it? Hamburger Mary's?
Hamburger Mary's.
Okay, so we talk about this all the time. Like, I felt like, from my perception, I genuinely felt like Alicia made it up.
She what?
Made what up?
You made up. You felt not no, and this is no shade. We always talk about this, but I truly felt like for me, I was never talking about Alicia and throwing shade towards her or anything like that. And she felt like I did, like genuinely felt like I was doing that, but I wasn't. So I was upset with her because I felt like, oh, in my mind, I'm like, this bitch she's being like this for the camera. Like, what the fuck? But in actuality, she genuinely felt like, I was talking about her, but I never spoke anything ill towards Alicia until we started arguing. And that's when it was like,
but
at that point, it was like, bitch, you got me fucked up.
But I think what Alicia is saying, maybe the guys were trying to put you guys against each other.
Oh, no, not maybe they were.
They were trying to put you guys against each other. Yeah. So maybe they were telling her that you were saying things that you weren't.
I mean, I don't know about that because I wasn't that close to them, so I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
I just felt from the conversations that were being had and just from the interactions, I felt very much like they wanted us to go back and forth. And yes, we did contribute to some of those conversations. I would say I definitely contribute to some of them too because I was already on the defense about how I was feeling about everybody. So of course I contribute, and I mean, it is what it is, But
I'm glad that you guys was able to weather that storm and you were able to.
Yeah, because I never spoke ill towards Alicia. Like, when y'all hear me say she gives grace and all that, like, that was a genuine compliment. And that's just, and Alicia knows that now because like we hang out, and she knows that I'm really just, I'm like that towards my sisters because at the end of the day, we all go through the same struggle. You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter who you are, what you look like. If you're my sister, I try to embrace you. And, that's just how I've always been. So, I got upset because I felt like, I felt like it was for no reason. So really, it was really dumb beef, but it continued at the pole dancing class because there was a producer, allegedly Blake Murray, and she told me that Alicia was, had a bad attitude and she was saying things about me. And so before we started filming, I was on defense, like, oh, this bitch is talking. Oh, I got it for her.
And I didn't know any of that because that day that we did the second film, I didn't even talk to Blake.
Because I asked her, like, was she talking about me? Did she say something? And she was like, yeah, she don't really like you. Like, little shit. Like,
no, but not sit there and lie because I never said nothing about her because I didn't even talk to the pole dancing class. I didn't even talk to Blake like that.
That's terrible.
Like, I didn't even talk to her because Q was there that day. Was Q there that day?
Q was there, but Q didn't tell me anything like that.
I feel like, no, I'm saying like I didn't talk to Blake there all day.
Yeah, so why was
she that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I didn't talk to her when I came to film that day. So I was like, how would she know that I'm talking about you? Which I wasn't. Like, girl, the thing about me is when I be leaving filming and I don't be talking.
I was under the impression that my sister was talking about me.
Because I was really coming to enjoy the pole dancing class. Like I was very much like to myself because I was just like, what happened last time? I was just didn't want to deal with it. So I came on my pole, whatever. But I really came to have a good time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do this. I just didn't want to do the arguing because it was just too much. Like I just didn't feel like doing it.
But why would a producer tell a cast member that somebody
Well, lie,
right?
lie about it. Like,
Yeah, that's shady.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think we
Blake
all
Marie.
Well, when we all
see why
saw that Blake Marie, what type of person she is anyway.
I see why she ain't right. That part. That's
right?
all I gotta say. I don't really have too much to say. You know, it was all I gotta say was it was not Q. So
yeah,
you know.
Well, I think we all saw from when they
and let's just say that was the last scene that I did with her. That was the last scene that she was there, and then just so happened the next scene, me and Alicia were able to get cool.
Okay.
So, you know,
how we ended up being cool was I was trying to keep up with the boys on the hike going down the stairs, and then I got tired, and Alicia's like, "Child, please, I'm gonna walk up these stairs, you know, period."
Okay, so I'm taking my time.
So we ended up being right next to each other, and I just look at her, and I'm like, "Girl, what's the problem?" And she was like, "Well, girl, what's the problem with you?" And I was like, "No, girl, like I want to be cool with you." And she was like, "Do you mean it?" She was like, "Do you mean it?" She was like, "We could be cool if you mean it." Like, and I was like, "Oh, I hope she don't like." And this wasn't even on camera, but I was telling her like, I don't have problems with like my sisters. Like, I don't even want to go there with you. You seem hella cool. And she was like, same here. Like, and so we ended up, pulling to the side, and we ended up talking about how I felt. She told me how she felt, her perception on what happened, my perception. And at that point, we just felt like it was dumb. So we just squashed it. Like, and like, let's link, let's be cool. And, she was just like, well, if you mean it, then, let's try it, and we did it. So, we got me and Alicia, like if our life was filmed, we got more than one scene of us hanging out together. Like, that's my girl.
Yeah.
Wow. So
several scenes.
With the male cast members, we all have seen it. We saw you pull the knife out, Alicia. What was going on behind the scenes with these men?
So, to make a long story short, Mr. Andre felt some type of way because Jayla was enjoying the day. And right before all of the commotion went off, Jayla was taking a picture with security. I remember that day like it's like nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to remember that day. She was taking a picture of security. She had like, were you in your like spot? Like you were kind of like down like this or something? Like, oh no, you were standing beside the guard like this. Yeah, she was standing next to the security guard, and then out the blue, just feeling it, for the girl.
Yeah.
And basically, like Andre came out and like then got on her face, and at that time she was holding her food because I think she was eating it before. So naturally, she was like, I think she wanted to throw the plate, but she didn't do it. I don't know if you want to speak on that, but
I did want to throw the plate so bad, but I had already, like it was like before when I threw that drink, I was a little over my limit. So I wasn't over my limit too much at King's event. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna pay it. Because he had came and threw a drink at me. So it was like I wanted to throw tacos.
That he threw a drink at you that day?
I thought you seen
it. No, I didn't see that. I don't know what
it hit like right here and it splashed my hair, but my hair was black, so you couldn't tell. And then the dress I had on was polyester, like so it went right through my dress, and it just
it dries fast.
It dried hella fast. So I was like, like my daddy.
Yeah, the joke's on you. So basically, I pulled the knife out because everything was escalating, and I was like, no, ma'am, you're not about to try to fight her for a second time and think it's gonna be that motherfucking easy.
Right.
No, bitch, it's not happening. So, bitch, I took my heels off, put my socks on because bitch is always prepared. And I was just like, what's up? What you want to do? He started to come towards her aggressively because I was standing in front of her. And I said, okay, bitch, I pulled out the knife. And then all of them want to scream like they never seen a knife before.
Right.
Like sissies.
Right.
So they're screaming, oh, she has a knife. She has a knife. And I'm like, back that ass up. You know, because my
Period.
first intent
Period.
was to back the girls up. To back them up. Because if they would have
And you
came
did
forward,
what
they
you.
would
It gave
if they
what
came
needed to be
forward,
gave. It gave
that
what was
basically
needed
it
to be
gave what
gave.
it needed to be gave. And guess what? They backed the fuck up because if they would have came closer, I definitely would have stabbed them.
Why was it okay for these men to think that I'm gonna fuck you up, I'm gonna slap that bitch, I'm gonna do this and that? Why would you feel like it's okay to say that you're gonna put your hands on a female? And I heard you saying that, Jaila, that you hit a trans woman, you attacked a trans woman.
Right.
They attacked a female and they act like it was okay. And it was not okay.
Exactly.
Right.
It's never okay to perpetuate violence against a female. I mean, what was production giving?
I
Right.
mean, they were doing the best they could. I'm just gonna say that they was doing the best they could. Because to be honest, no shade, I don't even think Andre or them was really that buff to even step forward anymore. So production was just, I guess, holding them back, like, but really just like love tapping him, like, okay, stand
But why,
back.
yeah, but it's like, why did they didn't want to fight each other. They didn't have that energy towards King Payne. They didn't have that energy. Yeah, they may have not liked him and they may have roasted and they all went back and forth, but it never was violence. It never gave physical altercation.
I would say this. I would say this.
That
I would
is the
say.
problem within the
I would say
community,
it's
and that's
never
what I'm
okay to
getting
hit a
at.
woman,
That's what I'm getting
no
at.
matter what. It's never okay. But what I will say is, I do understand that I threw the drink and I made it a physical thing, and it doesn't give. It's not an excuse that they put their hands on me, but I feel like any cisgender woman growing up knows not to put their hands on a man because your mama has taught you, you know, trans. It doesn't matter, woman, man, or child. Like that's how I feel can get it. So in a one way, I feel like I understand why he was so pressed. You know, we got the cameras there. It happened on camera. I can understand why he kind of
Yeah.
did what he did, but it never excuses the fact that you put your hands on a woman. It's just never okay to put your hands on a woman, period.
But I think you guys have that issue within the LGBTQ.
Oh
Right.
yes, for sure. This is nothing new. In the LGBT community, I feel like there's like a hierarchy or something. Like white gay men feel like they're at the top, and then it's like the white gay masculine, and then it's like the black masculine, and then it's like the black like femme, and then they got like it's like they got the trans women at the lowest. Like they treat trans women like trash.
Yeah.
This is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? The first thing they get mad at us, they want to call us men, or you know what I'm saying? All these things. I feel like it's because the community makes it seem like it's okay.
It's okay.
And it's not okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like
I feel like what's the problem is there's a certain demographic of the LGBT community of people who don't look at trans women and their existence as women. So they feel like, well, you got the same anatomy as me, so or we were born the same. Just because you got a little, that's how they feel though.
Well,
yeah,
I believe,
but what it is, what they're
I believe that's a problem. But I'm just saying, I believe that's how they feel.
But what they're
because they're not looking at our existence as women,
right,
which is a huge problem. Because nigga, if you put your hands on me, you gonna be locked up. Period.
But see, that's why I wanted to have this conversation, and I wanted, as a cisgendered woman, to have this conversation, because if the community wants us as cisgendered women, and they want the gender, you know, the general population to accept and embrace transgender females, then your own community must do that. You must do that first. You have to be an example. So you can't attack us or attack regular, you know, quote unquote society if you're not even doing it. Because that was the first thing that came out of her. You was a man, ho. You're a man. Huh? That's the first thing that comes out of your mouth when
Well,
you.
Fran doesn't even know what Fran wants to be.
It saddens me though. It saddens me.
Yes,
It
It saddens
does.
me as
I
well.
feel I'm not even mad anymore or irritated. It
it's
just
sad.
saddens me. You know why it saddens me? Because the people that on the show, like D Hawkins, I'm speaking for me, like D Hawkins, Fran, and Andre, I I pity them. I pray for them because it's like I hope that one day they get to experience the love that I have and feel for myself from being who I am. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of insecurities, and that's the problem. Fran has a lot of insecurities. He's not happy. You know what I'm saying? He sees trans women living, breathing, being, and he knows we're happy, but he's not happy. So I pray and I hope that one day he can, him, Andre, and D Hawkins get to a point where they can experience the love that I feel from being me. You know?
Yes, because it was just so nasty. I mean, it was coming through the screen. It was like, it was just, what is all this pent up anger and all this aggression? Where is it coming from for a group of people that don't know each other, that just met each other? So why is it that aggressive?
I have an issue with production too, a little bit. Not really issue, but I kind of have like a little bone too because I'm like, but you're saying that trans lives matter.
Right.
Yeah, I understand that you have to have content for a show and stuff like that, but it's the difference between content and drama, and then when it's becoming disgusting
Yeah.
and degrading and garbage. You know what I'm saying?
I just
It's a level to it, and I felt like
It's
a
a
lot of the
thin line.
episodes were becoming disgracing, disgusting, and it was just too much transphobic things that were happening, and it was very sad to watch.
Yes.
it was very sad to watch, but my point of view on that, because we all have different,
Yeah.
views of seeing things.
Yeah.
I seen it as one, because it's my real life and this is a real reality show, not scripted. I feel like good. People
For
need to
some
see
girls,
what type of people that these people are and what we deal with on a regular real life in the community. I felt like it was exposing something that people act like they don't see and act like they don't do
Absolutely.
to trans women. So I felt like it was good that it was caught on camera, just like we have to watch Michael Brown die on camera and Sandra Bland and everybody, Black Lives Matter die on camera. George Floyd, rest in peace. I feel like it's good to see things like that because you're caught, busted, red-handed. You can't deny certain things. It's
but
right
I
there in your
also feel
face.
like
And as a community, we need to deal with it.
Yes.
That's how I viewed it. I feel like on productions, I thank production for showing the people what we truly go through, because this is a real experience. And I feel like if it was edited to where it showed us looking crazy, but them, we acted crazy because they were coming for us. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So if it would have made them see, like if they would have took out all that transphobic comments and things they were saying, I feel like we would have looked at them like, so you just gonna make it seem like them people didn't say that to us? They didn't do us like that? So I feel like, I understand Alicia's point of view 100%, but I feel like thank you production, because at the end of the day, like it was able to show our real life experience within the community.
True. It could have been edited out, but I feel like if it was edited out, it wouldn't have been any footage because it was,
and nobody would have seen it,
going
and
on.
I would have been pissed off.
Right. So take us through the reunion, Alicia. Why didn't you show up to the reunion?
Why I didn't show up to the reunion?
Yeah.
So, the reason why I didn't show up to the reunion, mainly because I didn't have the energy to deal with the bullshit. I already knew how the reunion was going to be. I already had a rundown of how it was going to be, and I just didn't have the mental capacity to deal with the bullshit. I was already dealing with my own stuff and my own issues. I just didn't have the space to deal with anything else because no shade, and this is real. I was in a space of anger. So if I would have went to the union, I probably would have like set the whole building on fire, including myself, we all would have died that day, including myself.
Out the
Everyone, he would
door.
be like,
Alicia gonna tell
you
her
know what I'm
sister,
saying?
like,
But
girl, get
no,
out of
no,
here.
but that's what I'm saying. I was
Come on, Jayla, get out of here.
But
It's going down,
I
sis.
was at the end. I just wasn't in the right mind space because I was processing everything from the show, and then I was dealing with my own issues, my own problems behind the scene, and I just didn't feel like it was in my best interest to go. I just
Yeah,
felt
you got to
like,
keep your mental
you know what I'm
healthy.
saying? Exactly. But yes,
Yeah.
I knew I knew they were gonna have their own, I guess, interpretation on why it didn't show up. And that was
But just
fine. You know
like
what I'm saying?
since you
I
jumped
love
in front of me
Jayla.
with that knife, I jumped in there with that. What? My sister this, my sister that had your back, period.
You did.
Don't play with me.
She did have my back. Yeah, she did. And we talked earlier, and I told her, I said, thank you for doing that. Because I wasn't expecting anyone to do it, because in my mind, I was like, they're going to say the same things that they've been saying about me all season. So it's really not going to be anything new.
Hey, D Hawkins tried to get me though. D Hawkins was like, you never said nothing about your trans sister. You never said nothing about your sister. I'm like, I never said anything about my sister. Like, what you want me to? Oh yeah, I did. Yeah. I feel like we had a bad seed and they got rid of the bad seed.
Who was the bad seed?
Blake.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I'm like, where are you?
Are you on point?
Sorry, I'm here. I didn't know we were still talking about her. No shade.
Well, okay. So we all said that. Did anybody know each other before? Did any of the males? They didn't know each other. Like D Hawkins, Andre, and all that. They didn't know each other.
I don't know.
They said they didn't know.
Cause they all clicked up like it just looked too suspicious to me. They just.
I'm like, don't they all?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't hear either way. I mean, I still don't care.
Like, boys will be boys.
It is what it is. If they want to fuck each other, go ahead.
Right, that's what I said.
Girl, whatever they doing in their life right now, girl, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't. When I'm not filming for the show or not doing interviews, which I really don't be thinking about. No shade, right. I don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think about it. I have my own life to live. I have my own things to do. You know what I'm saying? I have my own goals and things to achieve. I'm not sitting around worrying about you saying something about me 2 months ago, 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worrying about you.
You guys filmed on the days, like, was it like a couple days at a month, or was it a lot of days? So
basically, the process of they basically, I guess, set up scenes on who's going to be in it, and then they send out a call sheet. Well, that's how they used to do it in the beginning. But then once Q got on, it just became very much like he would message you and ask you, like, are you available to film this and this and this such date? And that's basically how, we finished off.
And then how do your confessionals work? Where do you go in and do your confessionals? How does that work?
There's a set with a green screen, usually in a nice house or building, and usually it was pretty professional with the sets.
You said what? A nice what?
A nice house.
What? Oh.
Wait, okay, come on, Alicia, give us the tea. Cause girl,
it was a nice house.
I know it was nice. I'm just playing. It was a nice house. No shade. I would give the Hawkins his props when he set up his little the little stuff at his house.
That was cute.
I'm not with D Hawkins' house that you guys would film your confessionals.
Only for like a couple confessionals. Not
only
all
a couple confessionals, and then we started doing them at sets in the buildings. And in LA, you can. In LA, you can go, rent a set, and they have different type of sets. And so Q was getting us those, and and other sets with green screens and a whole bunch of lights and camera action.
But no shade, I had a problem with that a little bit too, because some of the green screens were very dark, like the final, because I know what I looked like that day. I know I was turning it. But it's like some of the like lighting would be off a little bit, like some of the green screens like would be look a little dark and stuff like that. But I told them about that, but it was more constructive criticism. It wasn't, anything shady or anything like that. It was just more of like, because the next time you have a black girl, you didn't know how to light her.
But lighting is the key.
It
but
is.
On another note, I feel like they did a great job.
I do too. I think for Q to have was his first project, I think he did a fabulous job. His numbers reflect that. Chasing LA, the numbers. I mean, look what you guys debuted at. Look at the chat for the actual reunion. It was loaded with people.
I believe they said that we broke a record.
And it actually exposed the community and
and now there's a conversation. Look, we're having a conversation about this because this is a truth. This is reality. This is what trans women go through. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's times where it's like I love going to the club and it's cool going to the gay club, but I have more fun at the straight club because
Of course you do, girl. Of course you do.
But it's just like at my experience really, in other clubs, it's like, like, all right, girl,
Yeah, no shade. I have fun in the straight clubs too. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
It's not really that embracing. Like, I don't really feel too embraced. I feel like they have, people pick and choose who they fuck with, and that's just it, when it comes down to the trans girls.
I like going to the straight clubs anyway because I perform in all the gay clubs anyway. Like, I performed all over from the.
I like hanging out with my brothers and sisters.
Everywhere. I understand it's a reality show and I understand the process of everything now. But I will say that how I felt after the show ended, and I had made like a post about it.
Yeah.
And I was told to take it down. Well, not told, I was asked to take it down politely by production. But I just, in that moment, and this has nothing to do with anyone else, I felt like I wasn't being supported at that time. I felt like I was just being used for drama. But the only reason why I felt that way was because I expected production to call me after the hard episodes that the people were seeing that I had to relive. But I have to understand, at the end of the day, this is a show. I'm not the only person that they have to be looking out for. You get what I'm saying? So, but in that moment, that's how I felt, and those feelings were real. But I will say that talking with Q, and we had talked on the phone, even a couple of days ago, we was on the phone. They did the best that they could.
Yeah.
This is the first season. I don't think they blatantly put me in harm's way or blatantly put me in any way to be disrespected intentionally. But I just felt like maybe next season, whether I'm there or not, I definitely think that it would help if they have not a therapist per se, but more of someone that the cast can go and talk to that isn't within the show, but is there to basically help the cast get through the mental emotions of doing the show. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that they have, and that person doesn't even have to be announced or anything. You know what I'm saying? But it will be a one-on-one.
Right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because the show is not easy. The show is going to take you through emotions, and as I just explained, after the show ended, I was heavy on emotions. Yeah. Heavy. But it was after the whole show, after the last episode, I just felt like everything just came rushing back to me. I was on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I had one of those days when the episode where my hair, my unit comes off. It wasn't even the fact that the whole it was just, I was just embarrassed. Rewatching it, I lived it. I got through it, but seeing it on camera, it was oh my gosh, no. It was hard. It was really hard. I cried. I fucking called my sister, was on the phone with my sister. They got me so messed up. I felt like everybody had me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up. That y'all even put that shit on the show. That's how I felt. But at the end of the day, like Alicia said, it's a show. We signed up for this and shit happens. So, I'm okay about it. I'm a sport about it. So,
Yeah.
Reality TV is taxing. I mean, can you imagine what the people on like VH1, the Real Housewives, that's why they are also, they go through things. I mean, you got the
They get paid, but they get paid. They get paid. We don't get paid.
Well, that's
We don't get
a
paid. We don't get paid anything. $0. So everything you see is coming from. Jayla is exiting out, but
there
it's
she
not being.
goes there.
I'm not being shady. I'm saying we do not get paid.
Jayla said, "Ooh, I want to go back on the show."
We don't get paid. No, it's the truth.
She's still gonna let you come back,
I'm not
girl.
saying it to
It's
be
not
like
being shady.
shady.
She's just telling the truth.
It's just a fact. It's factual. We're not. The other people know it. The produce. You know what I'm saying? The interviewers know we don't get paid. They've heard it from several other people live. So it's not being shady.
Right.
It's just speaking.
Reese
You know what I'm saying?
said that people don't get paid, that you guys are supposed to push your brands. You're supposed to push what it is that you're chasing and sell glasses or t-shirts or whatever it is he said for you to make your coin. So
Exactly. So it's not. I'm just
face.
stating. And the reason why I said that, because you know me, I'm not Jayla. I'm gonna say the facts, and I'm gonna speak it, and it's gonna be what it is. If you take it a certain way, I'm sorry, that's not my intent.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we don't get paid. But the reason why I said that, because I was creating a segue to then speak about how we put so much effort and we put so much time and so much energy into what we're presenting to the people. So sometimes if I may have a bad wig on one day on the episode, okay. You know what I'm saying? Or if someone professional may look like their makeup don't match, okay, stuff like that is gonna happen.
Shady.
No, for real. Like things like that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just what it is, but it's a growing thing. You know what I'm saying? Because trust me, chasing Atlanta the first season, when you go back, they was definitely given what they was given. You know what I'm saying? So for it to be our first season, that round of applause.
Okay.
We came and we delivered.
You delivered.
And we gave it to you on a motherfucking platter. People ate it up. Some people may have been like, well, this is too much. I'm not watching ever again. And da da da.
But they still watch.
But guess what? You're still watching, and those views are still going up. Yes.
Well, I feel like they could give you guys a little token of appreciation. Chasing Reality. I am a YouTuber. I know how YouTube works. You guys get paid off of views. So I feel like you guys could give them a little, a token of appreciation, maybe some gift cards or something like that, just to say thank you. I mean,
because we all did buy Q something for his birthday though too. So I enjoy.
I mean, come on, Q. You can give him a cash app, something, $50, something. I mean,
I just thank God for the opportunity, and I thank God for the platform. People are listening to my music. When I walk down the streets, when I'm out in public, people recognize me and they're like, I just want to rolly, 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 roll up. And I just feel like that just, I feel like, God pays my bills, but what I got off the show was what I wanted. And I just think, I'm just thankful to production for the opportunity. You get what I'm saying? Like
very politically correct, Jaila.
Yeah, she's very politically correct. But that's okay. She's about to switch over to Andre's side. So, she's trying to.
Yeah, she wants to come back for season 2.
I have no issue with Andre either. I
feel like everybody wants to come back season 2, and I just feel like at this point.
Yeah, but Jaila, you might want to come back, but you don't have to. Now you want.
You don't have to be something that you're not.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, I already apologized to that man at the reunion, and I'm the type of bitch where once I apologize to you and you say we cool, I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna
So what happens when he tries to fight you again? Because that was the third time.
At that time, I would deal with it, but I don't believe that would happen.
Yeah,
do you believe that he's gonna try to fight me again?
Beautiful.
Y'all did fight off camera. Y'all did fight off camera when y'all were cool at the restaurant, right? Y'all were cool though, right?
Right, but okay, I understand
So
what you're saying,
I'm
but
just
I just
saying
hope
it.
that it doesn't
I'm just
happen
saying it because
again.
I'm concerned. That's all. That's only what
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
saying.
just
Because
And
hoping that
don't
I
it
get
want
doesn't
you
happen
to.
again.
manipulated. Don't be manipulated by people that, they just want to, oh, because we want to
Well,
be
I
on
didn't say
the
all that.
show or whatever. Just have your guard up, keep your eyes open. But, I want you to
That's
be
all.
successful.
I just
I want
want
you to
you to
have,
be
to
careful, and
keep
I
your
want you to
eyes
be safe.
open. That's all.
I just feel like everybody, everybody deserves forgiveness. I
Yeah,
forgive that man for
yeah,
whatever, harm he's caused me. Now,
yep.
if anybody else still has a problem with him, that's between them. I'm a grown woman. I speak for myself. As far as friendship, he's a cool individual. When when you're out in public with him, I can't say too much because, I don't know him too
Yeah,
much to be like, oh, I'm his friend. So,
right.
us switching sides, there's no sides. I'm just a grown woman. And if he said he's cool, he's cool. Until he tries to disrespect me again, we will have another fucking problem. And that goes for
Okay,
anybody.
just be careful.
Right.
I definitely understand what you're saying though,
Yeah.
sis. Like, but personally, I always got
And
my
people
eyes set.
change. People change and stuff like that.
People
But
do change and they deserve
I'm
yeah.
just like,
Yeah,
They
damn.
deserve
everyone deserves
Okay.
forgiveness.
yes.
But
But we
just
want
because
to
you
talk
forgive
about him
them,
in that
but
point.
just
We were talking
because you
about getting
forgive
It
them,
don't mean I
but
forgot.
we were talking
and
about the
also just because
coin.
you forgave them don't mean you got to be friends
We
with
were
them.
talking about
You
the
can
coin.
forgive people. You can forgive
They could give
people
y'all some coin. Y'all
and
can
move
give these
on.
girls some coin.
You know what
Y'all
I'm
get that
saying?
money.
I
You understand
understand,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? You can
I
forgive and not be friends. Not saying not be friends with him. I'm just trying to get you to understand or just express how I'm feeling because I don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want you know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be hanging out with him as getting to know him now. So it's like anything could happen. I just want you to be careful. I want you to be safe because we've talked outside of cameras, off the phone, and all of that. So I'm really saying it because I am
Yes.
sincerely just making sure that my sister is gonna be okay. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I
Just
definitely understand.
Because
I
those
appreciate it.
feelings that came out on camera, that shit is real. That shit is what's
yeah,
under all that dressed
yeah,
up, the ugliness that we saw. That doesn't just get bottled up and throws away just because you got
yeah,
friends. That shit is there and
yeah,
it will come out again.
And Alicia, I got me. I got
yeah.
me.
I
You know what
know.
type of woman I am. So I definitely what you guys are saying, please.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
Yeah. But like I said, we were not talking about Andre in that moment. We was talking about chasing reality, paying these people some coin for the reality, the stress that you put them through with all this shit. They deserve at least
I mean,
$100 or something.
you got to talk to them because
That's a
we
lot
don't make
to go
we
My
don't
name
make the
is Ben.
room. This is the first time that production or someone from cast has had the conversation with production.
I'm always
They
open to a
understand.
check,
It's
so
just a
that's all I'm
joke,
Yeah, of
saying.
chasing
course.
reality. I'm just joking. That's y'all business. Y'all do what y'all do. But
No, you wasn't joking. You wasn't joking. Let's be real.
pay
Let's be honest
people.
up in here. I
Pay
don't give a fuck how. I don't give a fuck what they gotta say. We're gonna speak and we're gonna speak honestly and real. Because I feel that way too. But I'm if I get asked for a second season, I'm not gonna. If I decline it, it's not gonna be because of we're not getting any money.
right,
You understand what I'm saying? So the
right,
money is not the problem, but it definitely be sweet, because
right,
a
right.
bitch we gotta think is she going crazy, because them
Yes,
motherfuckers are crazy for real.
yes. See
And then
yourself.
mind you, let's talk about after the episode already aired on that Thursday. Let's talk about waking up on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with people tagging you in the same shit that happened last Thursday. I'm just like,
Right.
bitch. And then to be honest, I'm still getting hate messages. I'm getting hate like when I was on live with King, like I had people like, of course they had no profile because those are the bitches that talk the most shit, the ones that have no
Right.
picture
The
and one
troll.
Right.
post.
Yeah, I go through it.
Basically, I keep having people with pages like that talking about, well, you look like a man, you ugly, and da da da. But that's the problem because they feel like it's okay because they've seen
Yeah,
these gay men do it on TV. Obviously, it's people that really ain't about their shit because if you lost your shit, bitch, you could have said it to me and what's your regular profile. But
Yeah, that's never
it's just
okay.
I'm just saying that because this show does have after effects.
yep,
A lot of people don't talk about the after effects, but reality TV does have after effects.
yep.
If you're not mentally strong
Prepared.
enough to carry on, what did Martha Wash say? Carry on.
Yep.
I understand what you're saying because sometimes like when I'm in public, I get like kind of nervous, like of who knows me and who doesn't know me and who's watching me. And it kind of gives me anxiety because it's like you never know like who genuinely you just meet and then who just trying to make their way in your life for some type of, you know,
Cloud chase.
it's just like, whoa, like, so it's kind of like, and the sad part is it really is like that because when I'm out here in Vegas and I'm out and about or I'm having a good time at the club with my friends or anything, people see me and they're like, and it'll be men, it'll be heterosexual cisgender women, like they're like they sing my song to me, it'll be gay boys, you know, they'll come sing their song to me, trans women, and it's beautiful and I love it, but it's just like, whoa, like it's a whole new life, it's a whole new world, and it's a whole new.
And you're not getting paid for that.
Way. No. I understand what you're saying completely, because I'm always open to a check. You know, I love to get paid. I love money. That's you know, that's so my second
I just
nature.
Hopefully, what I'm saying, hopefully in the future, that could be a conversation with the.
And let's manifest it. Let's manifest it.
Let's manifest that this will be that the Chase of Reality brand will
blow the fuck up.
That they will be able to pay the cast members on all of the friends.
But I will say that we did get IMB credit as actresses.
Yeah.
On IMB. I got 8 credits.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, praise God. And like I said, I'm just honestly blessed to have had to be on this platform. I feel like I'm like a Cardi B. I feel like I'm like a K Michelle. You know, I feel like I'm an artist who was able to showcase my work on a bigger scale. And I'm just blessed to have that. And hopefully, you know, when I come back, let's manifest that. It you know, my music being showcased will be even better, bigger and better, because one thing I will thank production with directly is a lot of people have to, you know, pay for commercials and things like that. But me being on the show, they put my music in different scenes. And then at the end, they put go get Jaila Jalone's music. And that shit made me feel like it's the Jaila show. It's the Jaila show, period. So I feel like, you know, in a way, you know, we didn't get paid cash, but I feel like I got paid in different ways, you know?
Yeah. And I'm definitely did. Definitely.
Exposure was definitely.
Exposure. That's a great
And as an artist, we just want people to hear us. We just want people to, and I feel like that's just a blessing to me. Like, we were on live earlier and I almost freaking cried because it's like, you know, this is the dream that I wanted. I'm getting what I wanted. I'm able to get, you know, what I've wanted since I was a little kid. People to just hear me, people to just listen to my music, listen to my gift.
I'm still recording my podcast. My podcast will be back.
So tell us about that. Tell us about your podcast.
So I started my podcast because of what I went through, but also because I wanted to be a voice and I wanted to have people like listen to me and just understand my story, because eventually I want to write a book, because believe it or not, a lot of people didn't know this about me, but I grew up in foster care.
Oh, wow.
My mother died at the age of 3 of drug overdose, and I didn't have a father. So I was in foster care at the age of 3. Yeah, so I'm getting ready to write a book about my life because I've been through some shit, from going to high school, being molested by one of the students, graduating high school, going to college, being raped by one of the security guards. Like and school covered it up. Like, it was just so much that I've been through in my life that I thought I would never be able to get to the point that I am, you know, in my life. So that's why I started the podcast. And I only had 1 episode up. Like, I had to take a break because when the reunion was airing, like and then my PTSD was kicking in. Like, I didn't even want to go outside and get food because I was scared to be around, and my trick was black guys. Like, to say it, like, black guys triggered me because I was attacked by 7 black guys. So some days I don't even want to leave the house because I just don't want to be around any black guys. You know what I'm saying? Or just people in general. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting better. And
That made the news in Los Angeles.
Yeah, in DC. Yeah,
It was in DC that that happened. Tell
yeah.
us about
Uh-huh.
that. What? So what was it that actually happened?
So I was a manager at a gay nightclub in Southeast called the DC Eagle. A nightclub. It's a leather bar. It's not there anymore because they closed down actually during the pandemic. But basically, I was leaving work at 3 a.m. I was the manager, so I had to open, close, count money, make sure money was where it's at. You know, make sure I write my stuff in a logbook, lock up, turn the lights off, all of that. Like I was the main operator. And I was so happy because I enjoyed being a manager at a nightclub. Like that was one of the best jobs that I've had because I didn't have no one to really be over my shoulder. So I could get everything done the way I wanted to and then the lights. And then it was just a great environment. So hopefully I get to
Do
be a
that,
manager at a club again.
right?
But for right now, that experience was so traumatic because I was leaving work at 3 a.m., walking down the street, seven guys, like I walked past them and I was on a phone with one of my friends from Richmond, Virginia. His name is Ron. And literally in my mind, you know, when something just creeps through your body and like something don't feel right, something's about to happen. So I walked past them and I'm like, they didn't say anything transphobic. So I was like, okay. But mind you, I had my Valentino purse. Valentino. But so basically, yeah, I walked past them and something in my body was like, something don't feel right. So I ran off, like I was walking and I was like, let me walk across the street to see if they're gonna follow me. So when I walked across the street, they followed me. So I just like, bitch, I started looking at it. I started running because I'm not about to fight seven guys. No shade. You know what I'm saying? And then at that time, I was naive to the violence against trans women because my motto was, if I stay to myself and don't bother nobody, I'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? That was what I thought, like to avoid those incidents. In my mind, that's what I thought to do. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of ignorant of me. But at that time, I
No,
was just like,
no, because that's
if I don't,
normal behavior. If you don't
yeah,
bother nobody, nobody should be bothering you. So I get it.
exactly. But in that case, that's not what happened. So I ran across the street and
Oh,
they came and I fought them a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But when it's seven people, bitch, I'm not like trained in like like kung fu,
right.
like wow, wow, wow. You know what I'm saying? I can't be flipping and hopping and jumping off of people's shoulders and taking them down to the ground. Maybe down the line I can learn some of that shit and start whipping people's asses. But at the time I was just trying to fight off people and then like I just ran to the grass because I was like, if I'm a fall or if I do fall, I'd rather be in the grass where it's like softer. But long story short, everything ended. I didn't go to the hospital right away. They told me that I should have, but I waited like a whole week. And then when I went to the hospital, guess what the doctor told me? The doctor said I had a
It could have,
mild. The doctor said I had a concussion.
you could have
Yes,
died
someone told me that I could have died in my sleep because
in
they
your
had,
sleep.
mind you, I just had surgery. I just had surgery maybe like 2 weeks before the incident.
That's
So it was like three and a
hard.
half weeks. So like yeah, like they stomped on me, like they stomped on my head. I had like if you look on the news clip, I had
Yeah,
a huge swollen in my forehead. Everything was just so swollen.
yeah.
And it was just like the doctor said, I'm glad you came in because you had a concussion and you could have died in your sleep. And I
Because your
just said
head,
that's
your brain could have swelled.
only by the grace of God.
There's a lot of narratives that have been opened up for discussion. I'm glad that we were able to address some of those and get to, the bottom of some of what we saw on,
Yeah.
the season. I thank you ladies for coming on and
Thank
sharing your
you.
story with us. What you see is what you get with Jaila. She is so
Literally.
she is so sweet, and it's just she's also green. I can see like
Yes.
she's green, like she's just I'm just here for it. I'm just ready for life, and that's what I get from you. She just like I'm just ready. So
Right.
I see you got another song out you put on your Instagram. What is it called?
Yes, you everyone. Yes, it's
Yeah.
called Song Cry by
Yep.
Jaila Jalone, and which is me. And I'm just
You
blessed
go,
that I'm
girl.
able to push this song and it's a little about the season. It's a little about what I've been going through, during the recession, during COVID-19, and that's the first lyric is I've been going through things through this recession, and it was hard, but I got through it. And I was able to be booked and busy and working, and and now it's like, I'm eating the fruits of my labor, and I'm just, happy and just blessed, to be a part, like I said. And thank you so much for having me here. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You guys I had to get you. I'm so thankful for the exclusive. You heard it here first for the Sweetie Diaries. I love you, Alicia. Thank you so much, girl. We've been talking back and forth in the DM. These women are so genuine.
And Alicia, your look is so freaking beautiful. You look great, girl. I'm over here like, ugh.
Thank you. It's just the radiance.
I eat all the time. She just eats.
Eat it up.
Yes,
I'm like, I really want this outfit.
She's so
I really want this outfit.
Bitch, you look good.
But
I really want this outfit.
Alicia is graceful. She's
That's
like
the thing.
she's like regal. She even through the show, she had that air of I've
always told Alicia that she gives like I feel like I give Girl Next Door. I feel like I give Girl Next Door, and I feel like Alicia gives like Mariah, Mariah diva tease, like but I love it though. I was like, girl, you got to pick out my outfit next time because oh my god,
both of y'all. The girls are sitting. That's what I miss about that. I used to sit up like that too, but now I need a bra.
It's all right. Go get the boobs done. Trust me.
Yeah, when I get when I blow up on YouTube, I'm gonna get them.
Yes, and document the whole process. Make them know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you. This has been another edition of the Sweet Pea Diaries. We had Alicia Love and Jaila Jalone from Chasing LA. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. You guys stay blessed. I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye, Alicia. Love you, girl.
Bye,
Thank you, Sweet Pea.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pea.
Check that mic, make sure it sounds